Hello and welcome to Hedgewitch Hearthcraft. I'm Caitlin Rhiannon. Thank you so much for joining me for this look at the week ahead. I'm going to be using tarot cards and oracle cards to get an idea of the energy of the week of August 2nd to 8th, 2020, and how we can best navigate throughout or within those energies. So I'm going to be pulling 2 cards for every sign of the zodiac. The first card will be from the Everyday Witch Tarot, and that'll give us an idea of what we're going to be dealing with for the coming week. And the second card will be from Madame Endora's Fortune cards, and that will give some advice on how to best deal with the coming week. So you can follow along with the whole video, or you can jump ahead to the cards that are pulled for your sign. If you do jump ahead, make sure that you also jump to the very end, because I'm going to be pulling a universal manifestation card for everyone who tunes in, just to give us an idea of what we should be carrying within ourselves for the coming week. So since it is Leo season, let's go ahead and get started with our lovely Leos. Leo, your tarot card for the week of August 2nd to 8th, 2020 is the World reversed. So it feels like things are getting away from you, in a sense. You're not sure the way that things are turning or how you factor into other people's decisions right now, and it feels like you're being almost left out. You might be experiencing a little bit of FOMO right now, that fear of missing out, watching other people live their lives and not fully getting to experience your own. Now, the oracle card that comes along with this is the Chimera, also reversed, and the advice is to see things clearly. The Chimera is all about illusions, so when it shows up reversed, it's about facing harsh truths. And you might need to face some truths that you've been avoiding, that you don't want to deal with. Some facts that are underneath the surface that you've been covering up with pretty feelings and illusions. So now is a good week to be just seeing things for as they are, not necessarily for how you want them to be, and also not for necessarily how you are projecting things to be. Just because you feel something doesn't always make it fact. Virgo, your tarot card for the week of August 2nd to 8th, 2020 is the Six of Swords. So this bears a bit of an escape feeling to it. You are getting out of a situation or shifting your energies, clearing yourself out, picking yourself up and dusting yourself off and getting rid of anything that you don't need to carry with you right now, while also actively picking up what is yours and your responsibilities, your obligations, and holding them and addressing them, not entirely, but a little bit at least, so that you can start this process of moving forward and leaving things behind. Now, the oracle card that comes along with this is the Wyvern. So the tagline on this card is, your secrets are safe. And this goes pretty well with the feeling of escape and seeking refuge. Is the advice that comes with it is to not worry too much about needing to share. You don't need to expose what's going on inside for everyone on the outside to see right now. And this week it might be a little better to be keeping some things to yourself, going a little bit quieter down this path. That'll help to get away, to escape a bit better than being loud or calling attention to yourself right now. Libra, your tarot card for the week of August 2nd to 8th, 2020 is the Three of Cups reversed. So there is especially some emotional frustration over this next week. It feels like people aren't really sharing your values, and your heart is a little bit aching because of that. There are a lot of things that you would love to share with the people in your life, but it just doesn't feel like they would necessarily appreciate what it is that you have to offer right now. Now, the oracle card that comes along with this is water. So you are really being encouraged to feel your feelings. And especially with this reverse Three of Cups, there might be some resistance to experiencing any sort of negative feelings. So trying to distract yourself with positives. And this water card really discourages that. It's really advised that you experience it, not necessarily wallow in it, but you wade into the water of your emotional self and you really let yourself get wet. It's going to be uncomfortable, this whole feeling of emotional connection and emotional presence within yourself. It's not always what we want to do, but right now, Libra, this is necessary. Scorpio, your tarot card for the week of August 2nd to 8th, 2020 is the Five of Pentacles reversed. So this is actually a really good one for this week. It means that you are getting some sort of boost up, especially if you are feeling stuck or if you are unable to actively move yourself forward. Someone is stepping in to give you just that little extra support that you need to move yourself into that next stage. Not necessarily to do the work for you, but to give you the ability to do the work yourself. This might eventually mean asking for help or addressing that you need the assistance, but it does feel, initially at least, like somebody steps in and makes an offer. Now, the oracle card that comes along with this is the Satyr reversed. So you're being advised to take things seriously this week, Scorpio. Don't overindulge yourself in emotional distractions or material distractions, especially things on the material scale, because the Five of Pentacles is a symbol of potentially poverty. When even with a reversal to help you out of stuck situations like this, when the Satyr shows up like this, there's a risk of spending money that you don't necessarily have or shouldn't be spending. So the reversal of the Satyr really advises you to be frugal right now, stay grounded, and don't do things impulsively as much as you can help it. Sagittarius, your tarot card for the week of August 2nd to 8th, 2020 is the Two of Swords reversed. So over this next week, it's pretty likely that you're not going to be seeing things super clearly or seeing things exactly as they are. Your perception is altering things a little bit. You might be projecting your ideals, your ideas, your thoughts, your feelings into the situation and just misinterpreting the way that things actually are. But this can also be leading to jumping to conclusions, getting really anxious, getting caught up in your head because you're not able to see where you should be aiming your energies. Now, the oracle card that comes along this week is Earth, also reversed. And you're advised to not so much rely on the logic and facts that you might be so used to or that might make the most sense, but to trust your intuition. When the Earth card reverses itself, it means that you run the risk of being too rigid, being too stuck in your own thoughts, and reversing that, becoming a little bit not ungrounded but loosely grounded, and loosening the earth around you so that you can be a bit more flexible, trusting your intuition and your instincts rather than hard solid facts. So you are really advised to listen to those fluid voices, even if it doesn't always make the most sense. If it feels right, that might be the answer right now. Capricorn, your tarot card for the week of August 2nd to 8th, 2020 is the Eight of Wands. And this is a lot of exciting movement. There is progress. It's like someone has just lit the fire under you and you are going. There is no stopping you. And this can be a little bit chaotic. It can feel like you are being picked up and lifted or carried beyond your own control out of a situation and into something new, something that you've probably worked towards, but it might be a little overwhelming. And this chaos, this lack of control over the movement itself might be a little bit disconcerting. Now, the oracle card that comes along with this is the Knight reversed. And you're being advised to not treat everything like a fight. Right now, it's not the world against you. It's not even everyone against you, or probably as many people as you think against you right now, Capricorn. It doesn't have to be a fight. You've been standing your ground for so long, but now this Eight of Wands card comes in to shift you, to move you. You don't have to treat everything like an uphill battle. You can take it easy and reel in the aggressive energy for the moment. Aquarius, your tarot card for the week of August 2nd to 8th, 2020, is the Five of Wands reversed. So this is another positive reversal for you, Aquarius. This means that things are smoothing out a little bit. People are seeing what you mean. People are understanding you. You're understanding other people a little bit better. So communication, that's smoothing out. And that allows progress to smooth out. You're able to see the direction that you need to go in. You're able to understand and identify what it is that you need to do in order to make the progress that you need to make. And the whole path just feels a lot more clear and smooth for you over this next week. Now, the oracle card that comes along with this is the Griffin reversed. So the advice that comes with this reversal is even though things are moving smoothly and going well and luck is on your side right now, that doesn't mean that, especially something like luck or fortune or fate, it's not always going to be on your side. So be prepared for any turns of fate, and don't get too boastful or rest on your laurels or expect things to just stay smooth. This is going to take effort. Pisces, your tarot card for the week of August 2nd to 8th, 2020 is the Eight of Swords. So there's a lot of mental frustration this week. Anxiety is probably a big issue, and getting stuck in your own head, Pisces. You're getting caught in doubt, in your anxiety, in your stress, being so trapped in your head that you are losing touch with the world around you in a less than positive way. So this can be procrastination and just getting down on yourself, and that downward spiral of not making progress, but making things consistently worse. Now, the oracle card that comes along with this is the Siren, and this is a card about temptation. So this is really reminding you that these clouds, these negative thoughts, these are illusions, these are temptations that your own mind is putting in your way to stop you from making progress. This is your ego getting in the way, and your anxiety, that nasty monster that lives inside of us all is being fed or gaining power somehow. So you're being really advised to try not to feed it, and don't give in to that temptation of falling into that downward spiral this week. Aries, your tarot card for the week of August 2nd to 8th, 2020 is the Knight of Cups reversed. Oh, Aries, feelings are hard, and having feelings is the hardest of all. And that's what you're dealing with this week, is this disconnection from your emotional self and a real lack of appreciation in having feelings at all. You don't want to deal with it. You don't want to deal with it. And this includes the positive. There's probably, a lot of good or uplifting opportunities, and you don't want to deal with them right now because you're afraid of the negative feeling that might come after the positive wears off. So you're just likely to be facing a fairly emotionally numb week, Aries. Now, the oracle card that comes along with this is the Serpent. And you are being advised to shed whatever it is that is keeping you stuck, whatever you are still holding on to that is not allowing you to move forward and progress. This could be something that happened a few weeks ago. This could be something that happened a few years ago. This could be something that happened a few lifetimes ago. But there is something that you're still holding on to, some expectation, some feeling, some emotional connection that no longer exists, that's not letting you experience your feelings in a healthy and whole way. So over this week, you're being asked to do some letting go. Taurus, your tarot card for the week of August 2nd to 8th, 2020, is the Two of Wands reversed. So there is an end to some waiting for you, Taurus, and this could mean a couple of things. On the positive scale for you, this will mean that things are finally coming to fruition and you're finally able to see the results of your hard work that you have been waiting so long for. On the other scale, or the other end of the seesaw, is that you give up on waiting, or you decide that you've had enough and you turn your focus in a new direction and give up on whatever it was that took too long to develop. So in either case, there is progress. Just, it may not necessarily be what you want right now. The oracle card that comes along with this week is the Hand of Fate, also reversed, which does kind of suggest that things are a little bit not going the way that you necessarily want them to. But the advice that comes with it specifically says to take control where you can. You can use this week to pay attention and recognize what you can control or what you do have an impact on directly, and what needs to just be left to fate. So this end of waiting can be a little bit of both, of getting what you have waited for, and if it isn't what you wanted, then shifting up the way that you do things so that you don't sit around exclusively waiting for things to come to you. You can also do the other work on the side to ensure that you're getting the best possible result. Gemini, your tarot card for the week of August 2nd to 8th, 2020, is the High Priestess reversed. So your intuition is being difficult this week, Gemini. It's hard to understand what is going on. It's hard to see things clearly, and it's probably going to be a little hard to trust yourself. You're asking questions, but you're either not getting the answers that you want, or you're not getting any answers at all. More likely, you just don't want to listen. You're getting the signs, but they're not the signs that you want, so you're not actively paying attention. So it's not necessarily that your intuition is shut off. It's that you are not totally balanced with your intuition. And that's inhibiting the connection, essentially. Now, the oracle card that comes along with this is the Unicorn. And Gemini, the advice is to trust yourself. I know that, this week you're having a hard time trusting yourself. Guess what? The advice is to trust yourself. The Unicorn is about believing in yourself, even though it feels like there's nothing there to believe in. The Unicorn is that thing that, it's that mystical thing that doesn't exist, or does it? And if it shows up in your life, it is a huge, significant blessing. So let this blessing exist. And maybe this High Priestess is reversed because you're doubting that you deserve the good things that are coming your way. So the Unicorn is here to say that you deserve all the best. So pay attention and listen so that you can get it. Cancer, your tarot card for the week of August 2nd to 8th, 2020, is the Tower reversed. So you're having a hard time moving forward. There is a situation that needs to really end and something that really needs to change, and you're trying to do it in a kind and gracious way, and to do so without making much of a scene. And it's exhausting, and it's taking so much effort, and it's making it go so much more slowly. The Tower upright would mean upheaval and chaos, but freedom. And when it's reversed, you're trying so hard to disassemble the tower one piece at a time instead of just letting things explode because you're afraid of the collateral damage, that you're not actually allowing yourself to move forward. You're still staying in this negative or potentially harmful situation. Now, the oracle card that comes along with this is the Maiden reversed. And over this week, Cancer, you're being advised to not invest too heavily in emotional connections with others. You really should be prioritizing yourself right now and the work that you need to be doing with this reversed tower in order to either upright that tower and end things the way that is fast and easy, or to do the work that is draining and slow but possibly more rewarding for you with the less damage, less long-term repercussions. And focus on yourself instead of taking care of other people's problems or investing in a new emotional relationship to distract you from what you're trying to deal with inside or at home. So that Maiden, she's trying to get out of her tower too. So focus on you. At the end of my readings, I like to pull a card from my favorite manifestation deck, the Super Attractor deck. So I've just got one here for everyone who decides to tune into this video to give us an idea of what to carry within us for the coming week. Now, give me a moment to read this one because it's a long one. Manifesting is the creative process of aligning with the energy of the universe to co-create an experience that elevates my spirit and the spirit of the world. Manifesting is the creative process of aligning with the energy of the universe. I love that. To me, this is about really connecting with universe and with what universe wants for everyone in order to manifest not only what is best for me, but what benefits the world as a whole. Because when it comes down to it, we are all connected in some way or another. We are all part of this great big web of life. And by raising one person's vibration, we can potentially raise everyone's. That a rising tide raises all ships. A rising tide lifts all ships. But let me know what this says to you down in the comments below. Thank you so much for joining me for this look at the week ahead. I hope that these readings have been resonant and that they can provide just a sort of helpful, relevant compass to give you a little bit of guidance throughout the coming week. Please make sure to like the video if it sang to your soul, and comment down below what stood out to you, what you thought of the cards that were pulled for your sign and the Super Attractor card at the very end. And make sure that you subscribe so that you can stay connected for more of these weekly videos and more monthly videos. If you haven't seen August's monthly video yet, make sure that you click on that one as well. And you can also follow me on Facebook at Hedgewitch Hearthcraft. I'll put that down in the description below. That's where you can contact me if you ever want to book a reading of your own. And I also post a daily card, kind of like this one, just to give an idea of what's best for us to focus on over the coming day. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful week, and blessed be.